Another thing, surprise, surprise.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cilla Black.
Another 60 minutes of surprises, and we've got lots of them tonight. But before we start, though, I must read you this letter because, well, really, it made me giggle. It's from a Betty, and she lives in Telford, and she says, "Dear Cilla, you won't believe this, but I went to buy a pair of shoes. I took them home, and when I unwrapped them, I found they'd given me 2 left ones. Well, I couldn't take them back for a week, but when I did, the girl said, 'Well, I'm sorry, madam. We can't change them now. You've had them for a week.' And I told her, 'You've got to change them. They're both left shoes.' She said, 'Yes, but how do I know you haven't been wearing them?' Shame old Betty. Betty, you should have given them the boot." Yeah. Oh, but right now, shoes are very important. And I know a group of fellas who will agree with that. They're the 17th Training Regiment of the Royal Artillery at Woolwich, where our Bob Carrollgees is at the moment. No, he hasn't drafted. No, more's the pity. We had a letter from a Kay Hassel telling us all about her mother, Bobby Patton. And I'm sure you all heard of the Beverley sisters. Have you? Yes. Have you heard of the Andrews sisters? Yes. Oh, you little liars. Well, Kay's mum was part of the Tilney sisters. Now, during the last war, Bobby and her 3 sisters used to sing for the troops in London's East End. After the war ended, the act disbanded, but Bobby still sings on her own at a local pub. Now, during the day, Bobby works as a nursery nurse, and our Bob went along to the nursery school to give her the chance to turn back the clock and sing for the troops once again.
We're going the right way. I'm not even sure. Bobby Patton? Is it Bobby? Hello. Johnny, a surprise, Bobby. You're expecting a man from the sandpits, aren't you? Well, he's not coming.
She wouldn't let me out.
Well, no wonder she wouldn't let you out there, you see. We had a slight problem with the lighting out there. But anyway, Bobby, I've heard that when you were a little girl,
yeah,
you used to sing with your 3 sisters for the troops during the war, is that right?
Well, not actually for the troops, but for the soldiers.
For the soldiers, that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you call yourselves then?
The Tilney sisters.
The what sisters?
The Tilney sisters.
Tilney sisters? Mm. Oh, did you? Well, we thought, wouldn't it be a lovely idea? If we'd let you sing for the soldiers again? You see?
Well, yeah.
We thought it'd be smashing to let you sing for the soldiers, and so we want you to do a special surprise sing-along at Woolwich Barracks. Is it all right? You look slightly surprised here, Bobby.
Yeah.
All right, who are you looking at out there?
My daughter.
Yes. Well, there you are. So get your coats because we're off. Can't play with any of these things. It's a shame, really, because I love these.
Now?
Yes, we're going now. Right, well, ready? Yes, everyone's permission. See? Thank you very much. Bye.
Well, we'll be seeing and indeed hearing Bobby a little later on as she entertains the soldiers. But right now, I'm going to make a phone call. I'm about to ring a Nancy Jarrett. Now, she's crackers about the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and in particular, the time warp dance routine. Now, I wonder how she'd feel about coming on the show and teaching some of our audience how to do it. Shall we find out? All right, then. Oh, it's a long number. It's 10 digits this week. Here we go. Nancy, stand by your guns. Here we go. Let's hope she's in. Mind you, I'm going to invite her on the show next week. It won't be tonight. Oh, I hope she's in. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can I speak to Nancy Jarrett, please?
Yes, her speaking.
Hello, Nancy.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, good. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, this isn't on telly, is it?
You are on telly, it's Cilla here.
Oh,
Who did you think it was, Nancy?
well, I thought it was you, but I didn't think it was on telly.
You thought it was me, but you didn't think it was on telly.
No.
Oh, yes. Can you hear the audience in the background?
Yeah.
Yes, it's all live and it's all going out now. How do you feel about that, Nancy?
A bit shaken up.
A bit what up?
Shaken up.
Oh, a bit shaken up. Now, Nancy, let's get down to business here. I hear you're mad keen on this Rocky Horror Show, is that right?
Yeah.
And what is so special about the Rocky Horror Picture Show that you like?
Well, it's just, like, so different. It's just original and brilliant.
Well, surprise, surprise, Nancy. We want you to come on the show next week.
Yeah.
Yes, and do the time warp dance. And teach our audience how to do it. Will you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, I wouldn't know what I would have done if you would have said no. All right, Nancy, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, love. Ta-ra, then.
Bye.
Ta-ra. Little Nancy there, sweet 16, isn't that lovely? Well, while we're on the subject of phone calls, you may remember last week I rang Ray Saunders, who loves doing impressions, and he's here tonight. So come on in, Ray. Come in, Ray. All right, love, have a sit down there. Now, Ray, when I phoned you last week, you were gobsmacked, to say the word.
I was, yes.
Yes. And you do impressions, don't you?
Well, one or two, yes.
One or two. You did a most marvellous impression of Oliver Hardy on the phone.
That's right.
And what other ones do you do? I know you do a couple.
Harry Seacombe.
Oh, go on. Give us a bit of Harry Seacombe. Come on, let's hear that.
And now a popular song entitled... Oh, here is a song that shall be to you folks.
Well, as I've told you before, and everybody else out there, you did do Oliver Hardy, didn't you, last week on the phone? And we thought it was absolutely brilliant. So you're going to do that later on in the show, aren't you?
That's right, Cilla, yeah.
And I did promise you a very special Stan Laurel, didn't I?
You did, love, yeah?
Yes. Well, it's me. No, I know I can see you're dead disappointed. You weren't expecting me, but it is me. And I promise I won't let you down. All we ask for you now is to go off and change into your gear and practice your Oliver Hardy. And we shall see you later, all right, Chuck?
Thanks, love. Yeah.
See you later, Ray. What's the most glamorous jobs a girl could have? Come on, audience, you tell me.
Estate agent.
A state agent? You will never leave this place alive tonight. The most glamorous job's a state agent. Oh, no, it's got to be, am I right? It's got to be an air stewardess, yes? Yes. Of course, all that foreign travel to exotic places. State agents. Not to mention meeting all those handsome fellas on the plane. Now, I wanted to be an air stewardess when I was younger. And so did Julie Bailey. Her husband, Stephen, wrote and told us it's always been Julie's ambition. She applied several years ago, but wasn't one of the lucky ones. Now she's happily married with a little daughter, but Julie still regrets that her dream never ever came true. Well, our Bob went up to Birmingham, where Julie lives, to surprise her.
Julie! Julie Bailey! Come here. What's your word? You can't run away from me. Oh, you haven't got a clue why I'm here, have you?
No.
Well, come here. No, let me give you a clue. I'll give you a little clue.
We're flying at 20,000 feet and we'll be short making our approach to Heathrow.
Does it make any more sense? I must tell you, your husband there, Stephen...
I'll kill him.
Well, no. He put pen to paper and wrote and told us about your dream in life of becoming an air hostess. Is that right? Well, Julie, that's what you're going to do for a day. You're going to be an air hostess. You can't. Is that all right? We've got to get you all togged up and we'll find out how all the training goes and everything like that. Okay? Come fly with me.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to British Airways cabin crew training, and a special welcome to Julie. Now, as I'm sure you're aware, the primary reason we're on the aircraft is for the safety of our passengers. So the first thing we're going to do today is the passenger safety demonstration. I'd like Julie to do it, along with perhaps Joe and Christopher. So take your time, just think about it step by step, and Alison will actually give you the clues with the announcement as to what's coming next. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this announcement contains important safety information. In your seat area, there's a safety card, which contains details of escape routes, oxygen masks and life jackets. Please study it carefully. Emergency exits are on both sides of the aircraft. They are clearly marked and have been pointed out to you. In the unlikely event of having to use an escape slide, please leave all hands.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, would you like a drink?
No, thanks. Okay, so I'll have a vodka and tonic.
Right.
We nearly there yet?
Not long, sir.
Got some inside.
Unfasten your seatbelts, come this way. Jump, hurry. Jump, 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 jump. Leave all hand luggage behind. Quick, hurry. Jump, jump, jump.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Your achievements. Well done.
Thank you very much.
That's excellent. Thank you very much, Julie. Thank you, Mike. Julie, well, how does that feel?
Wonderful.
Does it?
Yes.
God, isn't that exciting?
Yes, I'm
Presented
really
to
proud of
Julie
it.
Bailey. Well, we've told you all along that it wasn't possible to have a flight, haven't we?
That's right.
Well, thanks to the generosity of British Airways. In fact, that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to put your training into and see if we can get some real experience by going on a flight. Is that all right? So we're whizzing off now to Dusseldorf, okay? And put your training into practice.
Lovely. Thank you.
Is that all right?
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yet with Julie, because later in tonight's show she's going to help us with a surprise for a very special couple from Stockton. We'll find out all about that later on, but right now we're going to take a break. But don't wander off, please, because we've got our Gordon Burns with the searchline, and I'll be surprising somebody in Bonnie, Scotland. And don't forget Stan and Ollie will be getting into another fine mess. So see you in a couple of minutes. See you then. Well, hello and welcome back. And right away, we're going to shoot over to the Gunners at Woolwich, where Bobby Patton and our Bob are getting the audience warmed up. Are you there, Bob?
And the dream came true.
Oh, look at this.
Sorry.
Hi, Bob. Bobby, how are you, love?
I'm fine, thanks, Cilla.
Well, you've got a lovely crowd there with the lads, all the Gunners, haven't you?
Yeah, and I'm the only female in here.
Oh, we're all dead jealous over here. Are you looking forward to singing tonight, yes?
Yes, very much.
Tell us what song are you going to be singing?
I'm going to sing Bill Bailey.
Won't you come home, Bill Bailey?
That's right, yes.
Oh, well, after seeing you on the telly, all the Bills in the country will be running at your door, they will.
I can tell you it sounds fabulous, Cilla.
Well, she's got one of the best jazz bands in the country, if not the best, backing her up. She's got Acker Bilk and the Paramount Jazz Band. in fine form, and I know, look at Bobby there, she just can't wait to start singing.
Well, it's good. There's still a lot more to warm up with these fellas, you know, because they're ready to go, but only half.
And I must say, Bob, you look the part. It's the smartest I've ever seen.
Oh, I hate these colours. You know, it's killing me.
Well, it's doing me the power of good, Bob.
Is that right? Next thing we got to play, Cilla, is this tune called Looking Through the Knotholes in Grandma's Wooden Leg.
Well, I'm sorry we won't be around to hear that. But we shall see you all later, all right?
We just hobble off.
We'll hobble off, he said. Right.
All right. Best of luck, Bobby, and I'll see you later.
See you later. All right.
All right.
Same again, fellas. 1, 2, 3. There's a tiny house.
Well?
By a tiny stream.
Well, we'll be going back to Woolwich for Bobby's big number, but before that, we've got another song for you, or rather for Robert Noble. Now, Robert is a farmer up there in Ayrshire, and for the last 15 years, he's been training the Eglinton Pony Club Games team. Every year, the pony team takes part in the Prince Philip Cup competition. But before Robert took over their training, they'd never won a saucer, let alone a cup. But thanks to Robert and a lot of hard work all round, they've now won it 6 times. Isn't that marvellous, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, yes, a little bit of ripple there, yes. Is it order? Yes. Even a bigger ripple. Their success is due to all the long unpaid hours that Robert spends training and organising the youngsters. Now, all the youngsters thought he deserved a Cillagram, and so did we. Have a look at this. Where's Robert? He's coming. Yes. Robert! Robert! Surprise, surprise! Robert! Robert, look at me. Do you know, I didn't realise you had no teeth.
I've no teeth, yeah.
I've got enough teeth for both of us, haven't I, Robert?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, I suppose you're wondering why I'm here at Wembley.
Well, I am.
Well, I'm here because I got a lovely letter from your daughter, Innes.
Oh.
And she tells me all about you. Do you want to know what she tells me?
No.
That you're a... Oh, come on, Robert. She tells me that not only are you a super dad, but you're a super trainer with all the youngsters. You've been doing it how many years? About 13 years now.
That's in my 14th season.
This is your 14th season. Isn't that lovely? And you give up all your spare time, and that adds up to 40 weeks a year training these youngsters.
Yes, that's...
Well, because of all this, and on behalf of all those youngsters that you trained for all those years, I am going to deliver you a Cillagram in Ayrshire.
In Ayrshire? Yes. Great.
Would you like to spend the day with me?
Oh, yes.
Shall we trot off?
Okay.
Okay. Horsey, trot on. Come on, Robin. Hey, now, everybody. In the Union Hall. It's party time now. When you hear this call. So get with it. Don't quit it. Get up. Do the pony with your partner. Or in a big bus line. say hello to our Gordon Burns. Now, Gordon, hello.
Hello.
And what have you got for us on Searchline this week?
Well, the great thing about Searchline is that you get so many amazing real-life stories. I mean, be honest, you wouldn't really think anything very exciting could happen to you standing at a bus stop in Stoke Newington in North London, would you?
Oh, I don't know, though.
Listen to what happened to Flossie. Flossie Sullivan, there you are, sometimes known as Jean Sullivan. She was waiting for the number whatever bus back in 1945 when a beautiful young woman walked up to her and said, "You wouldn't fancy being my bridesmaid, would you?" Apparently she'd no one else to ask. Flossie readily agreed, went off with the young woman to the dressmakers for a fitting, and Julie attended the wedding as a bridesmaid. Incredibly, Flossie Sullivan hasn't seen the bride since and can't even remember her name. But after all these years, she'd love to meet her again. Well, we have two clues. Firstly, we think the groom was connected in some way with the BBC. And secondly, there's this wedding photograph, complete with the blushing bride in question. Take a good hard look. Can anyone help Flossie? Well, I'll give you the number to ring shortly. And still on the subject of weddings, we need a very quick response indeed if Irene and Victor Meller from Sheffield are to celebrate their 46th wedding anniversary in the romantic way that they've set their hearts on. It seems that two Bing Crosby records, Thine Alone and When You're Away, meant so much to them at one time that they've tried to get their own copies, but they can't find the records anywhere. If you know where, get in touch very quickly, please, because the anniversary is on Monday. Now, if you're called Vivienne Ferguson and you used to live in Shropshire but moved to London in 1982, this hit pop song should bring back romantic memories.
It's my party and I cry if I want to, cry if I want to, cry if I want to.
Still a great mover after all these years. Well, Vivienne, your former boyfriend, Chris Harvey, from the West Midlands, has just returned from the United States after 5 years there and admits he still misses you and he'd like to meet up with you again to reminisce and perhaps have another party. And you could both cry if you wanted to. And that wraps up the first part of Searchline tonight. If you can help with any of our stories, this is the number to ring, 01 222 8070. Finally, if you've ever been in the army, make sure you come smartly to attention when I'm back on parade with the second part of Searchline very shortly, because you could be called up. Right, let's call in Cilla again.
Thanks a lot, Gordon, and we'll see you later. And now, what's next? What is next? You know what, Ray? Actually, I love the outfit. You look terrific. I clean forgot all about it. I should have been changing in the Searchline. I'm sorry about that. Never mind, but you don't mind me dressing like this, do you?
No.
In fact, actually, I did find out from your wife. I had a little word with her today. I wasn't your first choice, was I, for Stan Laurel? Now, be fair, be honest. I can take it on the chin. Tell me, who was your first choice?
Roy Castle.
Roy Castle. Well, surprise, surprise. We have got the best. You wanted the best. We have got the best. We've got the very best, and it is, of course, the one and only Roy Castle. Come in, Roy.
Nice to see you, Ollie.
Where have you been? Don't you realize I've been looking for you for the past 2 hours? Why, I've looked upstairs, I've looked downstairs, I've looked in the basement, I even looked on the roof. I couldn't find you anywhere. Now tell me, where have you been?
I've been under my hat.
Can you come out of... Oh, sorry. Can you come out of character just for a little bit, Roy? Because I thought that was marvellous the way you just went into that dialogue with him, because that was a total surprise to him. Well, I can't wait to see this, because I have to tell you, I did the dress room with you, and I wasn't I wasn't even an inch as good as you're going to be. I mean, just that walk on. You look the part. And if you'd like to stand by and get ready, you don't know what you're going to do now. Well, you know what you're going to do, but you've just got to follow.
Got a rough idea.
Right, a rough idea. Now, it's not me now, you've got the real thing. So if you stand on your marks, Roy and Ray, I'll give you the big build-up, all right?
Okay.
I can't believe that dialogue when he came up. Where have you been? Absolutely marvellous. Here's the big build-up then. Ladies and gentlemen, Cilla Armour Productions present Stan and Ollie in Another Fine Mess.
What are you doing?
I'm just catching my hat.
Stanley, I think it's time for lunch.
That's a good idea. I could eat a photograph.
Go and get another chair. Hold these.
Thanks, Sally.
Don't mention it.
Man him out. Going to eat Mo.
Give me your other egg.
Yeah, but...
Don't argue.
I...
Just give me your other egg.
Yeah, but you see, Ollie, I didn't...
Well, here's another fine mess you've gotten me into.
That was absolutely terrific. And you are right. Ray is absolutely the best Stan Laurel, isn't he, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we're going to take another break now, but we'll be back to sing along with Bobby, celebrate a belated silver wedding, have another search line with Gordon, and give the surprise of their lives to two people sitting right here in our audience tonight. So see you in a couple of minutes. welcome back. Now, remember earlier in the show, I told you that Julie Bailey, our stewardess, was going to help us with another surprise. Well, this is it. Now, 2 years ago, Helen and George Squires were flying back from a special trip to Dusseldorf when the cabin crew found out it was their silver wedding anniversary. So they gave Helen and George a champagne breakfast. Ah, yes. And they even took some photographs of the occasion with Helen's daughter's camera. Unfortunately, now you know what's coming next, when Helen took the film in to be developed, not one of the pictures had come out. Ah. And when we heard about this, we sent our Bob up to Stockton to surprise Helen at work.
Helen I'm looking for, Helen Squires. Where is she? Helen, hello. How are you, Chuck? You must be Helen.
Yes.
Surprise, surprise. How are you, all right?
I'm fine, thank you.
Jolly good. Any idea why I'm here? No, I'll remind you.
Really.
Does this conjure up any pictures for you, Helen?
No.
No, not at all.
I'm the famous idea. I don't
Or not pictures, as the case may be. Now, do you remember writing and letting us know about some certain photographs? You told us all about some photographs, Helen, because you were on a flight back from Dusseldorf, weren't you?
That's right.
And, of course, the British Airways crew were very good, because they gave you champagne breakfast.
They were lovely,
They
yes.
gave you champagne breakfast, so they found out it was your silver wedding, didn't they, Helen?
Yes.
Thanks so much. Actually, turn the tap off. So I was in the toilet for a minute. But unfortunately, you had photographs taken, didn't you, on the flight? But they didn't turn out.
They didn't turn out, no.
Shame. The photographs didn't turn out. It was awful.
Oh, it was.
It was a shame,
Very
wasn't
upsetting,
it?
yes.
Well, guess what, Helen?
What?
We have got together with British Airways and rearranged that dream flight.
Oh,
And...
but I don't like aeroplanes.
Why can't you tell us that? You'll get used to it, Helen, don't worry.
Yeah, I didn't think
But,
for 1 minute this would happen.
Well, you see, but this time, we're going to have our own photographer there. So the photographs will be perfect.
Oh, that's marvellous.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And guess what?
What?
We're going now.
Oh, no!
Oh, don't worry. We'll get shitty penny. Where's your coat, Helen?
Lovely. Well, we arranged to fly Helen and George to Dusseldorf with our Julie as their personal stewardess. But that wasn't the end of it. When Helen and George arrived at Dusseldorf, they found another surprise waiting for them.
Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome aboard. Good afternoon,
You're
sir.
right, Chuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Captain Pierce, and I'd just like to personally welcome you aboard this flight to Dusseldorf. I'd also like to extend a very warm welcome to George and Helen Squires. They're being looked after by Mrs. Julie Bailey, who's always wanted to be an air hostess, so she's having the pleasure of looking after them on this flight.
Helen and George, on behalf of Surprise Brides of British Airways, happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, these photos will turn out, all right?
Let's put the glasses up. Like that, it's good. Yeah, smash it. Straight the camera up, put the camera up.
Now, how was the flight for you, all right?
Very good.
That was
Absolutely fine.
Some nice salmon there, wasn't there? And the champagne, was that all right?
Oh, it was lovely.
Did he take you back?
Oh, definitely.
So how long ago was your silver wedding?
Just a year.
Oh, just
a year
12
gone
months ago.
June.
But why? Well, I can't. Well, I've never understood is why you came to Dusseldorf.
Well, my brother lives in Duisburg.
Oh, is this? So he lives around this area?
Oh, yes, he lives
and
in
you came,
Duisburg.
you came to see them?
We came to see them for a week, yes.
Oh, I see.
And then he came over in June to see me.
Oh, lovely.
So,
you haven't seen him since?
No.
Well, surprise, surprise. They're here to meet you. Come in, Bob. Come in, Lily. Little Robert. That's the duty free's gone on the floor. I think she's surprised.
Oh, bless you. Oh, Lily.
And little Robert there as well. Very good.
Oh, thank you, Bob. Oh.
All right.
And now it's time to say hello to our very own Gordon Burns again. Hello again, Gordon Burns.
Hello again, Cilla, and as promised, this section is devoted to the army, so old soldiers, fall in and pay attention. First, a mystery story of buried treasure, and these are the two central characters, George Whiting and his pal Alf Thickbroom, who was known as Blondie. They served together in the 43rd Division Provost Company. Back in 1944 in Normandy, they captured a German army paymaster who was loaded with 39,000 francs, a lot of money in those days. They persuaded him it would be in his interest to hand over the money. George and Blondie then buried their haul in a field next to an orchard and carefully marked the spot with a stick. Next day, George nipped back to dig up the loot. But horror of horrors, the stick had vanished, and he couldn't find the money. To this day, he doesn't know if the money's still there. He's even been back to look, unsuccessfully, or indeed whether Blondie might have beaten him to it. Well, Alf Thickbroom, if it was you, you're forgiven, not just for the name. And George just wants to meet up with you again, clear up the mystery, and have a bit of crack about the old days. Well, now to another old soldier trying to find his army chum. He's William Brown, known in his uniform days as Topper. And when I met him the other day, he told me all about his pal, Nobby.
I first met Nobby J. Clark in the East African base reinforcements in Ceylon. I knew him as Nobby, and he called me Topper. We became quite good friends. The last time I heard from him was in May 1947, when he wrote to tell me that his wife had presented him with twins, a boy and a girl, and that he just had a new job with the Customs and Excise in Manchester Docks. I believe before that he was a teacher, but I'm not certain.
But having had that letter from him, you knew where he was living then in 1947?
Oh, yes. He was living, just a minute, 34 Green Walk, Timperley, near Altrincham, Cheshire.
But you haven't heard from him since that date, and you'd desperately like to get in touch
I haven't
with him?
heard from him since.
Well, Nobby, if you're out there, indeed, if anyone else is there that can help, I'll give you the number to ring shortly. Now, take a close look at this. I'm sure lots of you will recognize it. It's a historic photo taken by the Film and Photo Unit on D-Day. It hangs in the Imperial War Museum and forms part of the tapestry in the D-Day Museum at Southsea. It depicts the main landing at Sword Beach, Hermonville-sur-Mer. But do you recognize any of the men in it? Harry Langley, who was part of the landing group, would love to meet some of his old friends who shared this very memorable event. So if you are one of the 84 Field Company Royal Engineers or the 13th, 18th Hussars and recognize yourself in this picture, please give us a call. Finally, a short shot from the Royal Artillery over there at Woolwich, where our outside broadcast is. Bob Carroll-Gees tells me that they want Searchline's help to try and locate close relatives of members of the regiment who died while on active service between 1945 and 1967. The reason being that come summer at the Garrison Church, Larkhill, Wiltshire, the regiment will unveil a memorial to those who fell. So, if you lost someone who served with the Royal Regiment of Artillery between 1945 and 67, please call us. And if you're able to help with that, or indeed any of our stories tonight, you can ring us until 10 o'clock this evening on 01 222 8070, or you can write to Searchline, Surprise Surprise, London Weekend Television, South Bank TV Centre, London, SE 99 6YW. That's the lot from me. See you again next week, and see you too, Cilla.
Yes, see you next week, Gordon. Thanks a lot. See you then. I have just heard that the audience is all waiting for Ackerbilk and his Paramount Jazz Band to strike up the music, so let's go and join our Bob at Woolwich. Are you there, Bob?
Yes, we're all here, ready and waiting to go. The 17th Training Regiment have turned out to be a fantastic audience. So I won't take any more time. I will introduce a young lady who last sang in front of soldiers like yourselves before any of you were born. It was over 45 years ago. So put your hands together. A lovely big welcome for Bobby Patton.
Won't you come home, little baby? Won't you come home? She moans the whole night long. I'll do the cooking, honey. I'll pay the rent. I know I've done you wrong. Now remember
17th Training Regiment. Absolutely marvellous, wasn't it? Cilla, what do you think of that?
Oh, congratulations, Bobby. That really warmed the cockles of my heart. I think you did a great job. As the audience here and over there certainly thought so too. And wasn't Acker Bill and his jazz band wonderful? Fantastic.
Well, not too much, Cilla. They want more money.
Well, you're doing a great job, Acker. And Bobby, we're not finished yet. No, because our Bob's got one more surprise for you.
Yes, those sisters of yours that you used to sing with all those years ago are here to see you sing again. That's Joyce, Oliver and Beryl. Come in, girls.
Well, now we've got a surprise for somebody here in our audience. In fact, it's a double surprise, because when I call this lady down, it'll be a surprise to somebody else who didn't even know this lady was in the audience. So where are you? Lynn Filippo. Lynn, hello, Lynn. Would you like to come down? Come and join me, please, and bring your husband with you. Would you like to take a seat down there? Hello, Nigel. Sure. Oh, no, Nigel, you're sitting next to me because I like sitting next to the lads. I do. Now, Nigel, you are here because we've got a surprise for you, Lynn, over there, haven't we?
I think so.
Yes. Well, you think wrong. Yes. Have a look at this screen over there. Look at that. Do you recognise that face?
Certainly do.
Yes. Who is it, then?
It's my mother.
It's your mum. It's Peggy sitting up there. Now, she didn't know you were sitting in the audience tonight. She didn't, and you didn't know she was sitting in the audience tonight. Come on, Peggy, come and join us, please, and bring your daughter, Michelle, with you. Yes, you sit over there, Michelle. Hello, Peggy. How are you? Oh, come and sit down next to me. Come and sit down. Well, this is a surprise for you, isn't it? And you look, both of you are looking at me, but don't blame me. It's not my fault, Peggy. It's your Michelle's fault over there. Because she wrote and told me all about your family. And what a story you've got to tell. Now, let me take you back to when you were just around about 21 years of age. You were married and you had two lovely sons. You had your Nigel here and you had your Derek, didn't you? And then, unfortunately, your marriage broke up. And your Derek, well, you got custody of Derek. And Nigel here went to live with his father. Now, all the years passed, and over the years you tried to get in touch. Indeed, you sent him birthday cards, Christmas presents, the lot. And well, there were impossible circumstances. You weren't able to see your son Nigel here. Oh, and it's a long time since you saw your Nigel when the great day came, wasn't it? Yes. He decided to take the matter in his own hands. And that was round about the time when your son Derek emigrated to Australia, is that right?
3 years after.
Oh, 3 years after. Well, it took 9 long years, didn't it, Nigel, to find your mum? Yes, and you must have thought before that your mum didn't care about you. Yes. Wow. But you found her after 9 long years, and you've actually spoken to your brother Derek in Australia, haven't you? And you haven't seen him, over 30 years, have you? Well, you're going to see him tonight. Yes, not on the telephone or anything like that. We've flown him all the way over from Australia just to be with you tonight. Here he is with his lovely wife Lorraine and your grandson Luke. Come in, Derek.
Can't believe it, eh?
Well,
50 years. 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 50 years
so pleased for you, I really am. So pleased.
The more the world is changing, the more it stays the same. Life is full of small surprises. It's a never-ending game. If nothing is impossible, will you believe your eyes? If the unexpected brings a smile, that's a big surprise, surprise, surprise. The unexpected hits you between the eyes. The unpredictable, that's the surprise you see. Surprise, surprise.
Well, that's all we have time for tonight. I'd like to thank everybody who's taken part in the show, especially Gordon Burns and our Bob Carroll G's. We'll see you next time, same time next week, with lots more surprises. Until then, ta-ra now. Ta-ra!